Okay, hi, my name is Maishawn Washington. It's December 7th or is it 8th?
Hold on. Let's see, Sean. Today is December the 8th,
December 8th, okay, December 8th. And today
2019.
we're doing it in my home in the front room in Chicago. Now, I got a few questions for you, alright?
Okay.
One question is, when was you born?
I was born 1962, Chicago, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an Illinois resident. I was born. You want to know where I was born or just,
Yeah.
okay, where, what,
Where and when?
okay, where and when? Okay. When was 1962? Okay, where I was 1161 North Larrabee. The hospital, I think is, I can't remember the hospital. I think it's Mount Sinai. I'm not sure. I can't remember what hospital I was born in.
It's alright if you can't remember.
Okay, so I don't remember. It's on my birth certificate. I never looked at it and see. So I can't remember exact hospital I was born in, but it was 1962,
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, Illinois, 1161 North Larrabee. That's where I stayed at, and that's where I reside at. I was born. Um, I'm the youngest of five.
Okay.
Okay.
Or how many sisters and brothers?
How many sisters, brothers? I had three sisters and one brother.
Okay.
That, as in, for now, uh, my oldest brother is deceased, and my oldest sister is deceased.
Okay, okay.
So I got the middle child, middle sister, Elizabeth, and I got the younger sister, Judy, left.
Okay. So, how was your childhood, and like, how was your childhood in school as well,
At school,
and your like regular childhood?
oh, childhood, regular childhood growing up as the youngest was great. I got mostly, well, I was kind of spoiled. I got to go almost with my mom and dad every place. My sister, spoiled me, by being the youngest boy. So they gave me everything I wanted. They took care of me, watched over me. Uh, my mom gave me a lot of stuff. Not a lot of stuff. I didn't get a lot of stuff. When we were younger, we didn't get a lot of stuff. Me and my sister Judy had to share stuff. Um, I didn't, well, we shared toys basically, but I didn't share dolls and stuff like that. But board games and stuff, roller skates, stuff like that, bikes, we shared it. Growing up, I had a lot of fun as a kid. Once I got the age of, I think it was like um, 5 or 6, I had a lot of fun. I used to do a lot of stuff. I couldn't, living in the projects, it wasn't really, it was bad over there. It was rough at the time, but it wasn't that rough. I was able to go outside. My sister, the only way that I could go outside if my sister don't took me outside. So I could go outside then. But I can go outside on the porch, but I couldn't go outside on the, just myself. By myself, I can go outside on the porch, but I couldn't go downstairs outside by myself. So I had fun. We had a neighbor. I had neighbors that had like 6 or 7 years also. So we got to hang out with them on the, and stuff like that when I was younger. They was the family was called the Malones. And we used to, Chris Malone and David Malone, we used to hang out with a lot because they was in our same age group. And so I had fun as a 6, 7 years old. So in school, it was okay. I did fairly decent in school, but not the greatest. I'm kind of like, would you be like I have a little bit of learning disability. I just recently, not recently, but finding that out long down the way. So in school, I didn't grasp everything like real quick, like most of the kids. And then I had found out as years went on that I couldn't hardly see as a childhood. So as in school, so I was sitting too far from the blackboard, so I couldn't see the blackboard. So my teacher found that out, and she, recommended my mom give me glasses. So I've been wearing glasses ever since I was about 9, about 9 or 10 years old. So I've been wearing glasses, but I didn't wear them often like I supposed to. But hey, but my grades in school, other words, they was fairly decent. I wasn't no A student. I'd say I see all the way through. I see my way all the way through. Like, hey, I see, But I was like a C student. Certain things I would grasp. I was pretty decent in, and say like history. History, I was pretty good. I would get a A to a B in history. But most of the other stuff, the activities, not activity, what would you call that? Math, science, yes. They would, then more like I say, more C average as a kid.
Okay. All right. So, what was like your favorite thing, like for like activities?
Oh,
in school?
in school, in activity with school, I'm gonna be most truthfully, gym. Gym was well.
Okay. So since gym is your favorite sport, why? What was the favorite thing you like to do in gym?
I started with gymnastics. I love to tumble, do flips and stuff like that. That's what like just jogging, running around, and tumbling, and just a lot of activity. Anything had to do with moving and running, I love to do.
Okay, so for gym, let you guys do anything, right?
Yeah, well, during the one period, yes.
Okay, so
Yes, as a kid, yes.
if they gave you said like play sports, what sports or like would you do?
Well, I was more, well, we did play some when I was as in grammar school, as in getting older, 7th or 8th grader. As of the 5th and 6th grader, only thing we did was run around, jump around, and do flips and stuff like that, and tumble. That's all we did. But as I got into the 6th and 7th and 8th grade, we started doing more bigger sports like playing basketball, playing softball, stuff like that. So I got into, I used to love to do the softball and basketball. And I was really pretty good at it when I started playing it. At first I wasn't that good, but more I started doing it, the better I got in it. And I liked doing it. It was really exciting. We had started playing in grammar school. We did a softball tournament. Okay, so they had a softball tournament. So it was funny too because I was the guy from the park district. He used to come and referee and coach and start. He had started the tournament between the classrooms. We would play classroom 308 would play classroom 307. So it was like we were playing the 7th and the 8th graders. So he had mixed the teams up, put us together, and the different rooms, and the 7th and 8th grader mixed us up. So I played. I think I was in 7th grade at the time when he started doing that, and so he mixed all the teams up and stuff like that. And then he wanted to take the softball to the park district. So we played in the park district. So we had a park district tournament. So he took some of the kids from the 7th and 8th graders and put them all together to make a park district team. And so we was playing, and and he picking the teams. He said, "Oh man, I need to," he said, "I was starting the tournament." His name was Mr. Smith, and Mr. Smith said, "Hey," he said, "I need to." He was telling the teachers, well, he was going to put a park district team together, and he wanted to take some of us to make the team up. So he did that. So as he was picking the guys, he was calling out everybody's name, and he was like, "Man," he was like, "I needed you, Johnson, you, Smith, you, Pereiro, and Perez, and he mixed all that, name all the little kids and stuff." And he was like, "I'm missing a kid." He said, "I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He needed like 13 kids. And he was like, "I'm a kid." And I was like, he said, "I needed one more. I know I got them all." And I was like, and I was standing like right next to him, right beside him. And he's like, he looking at all the kids on the, in front of him. He's like, "I know I picked you, I picked you, I picked." He said, "I need one more." I had him in the thing. And he was like, and I was like, okay. I said, to myself, I guess I didn't make the team. I guess I wasn't good enough. So because he didn't pick me. I was like, I felt sad at the beginning, and I feel sad. I'm like, man, because my buddies made it, and I was like, man, I'm like, okay, I guess I wasn't good enough. And so he goes, oh, he looking around, he like, I need it. And then I'm standing next to him, and he turns and look, he goes, oh, he like, you. He said, "I've been looking for you." And he goes, "I'm looking for you." I'm like, "Who, me?" Like, "Yeah, I'm looking for you." He said, "Gaston, that's you, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I was looking for." He said, "I know I needed one more guy." I knew who it was, but I didn't know you were standing right here next to me. So I got excited about that. So that was one of my childhood experiences and having fun and playing in the park district. So I started playing softball with that, and that's how I got into more of the basketball scene.
Okay, it's like basketball and softball. Like, what was your favorite thing to play?
Thing to do? Basketball.
Basketball.
Well, yeah. I started with softball, but I moved into basketball.
So how was basketball? Like, did you play for teams
Yeah.
when you started playing?
Yes. Well, when I first started playing, no, I just played just regular basketball. I used to just play at the park, play just regular little team ball with the guys at the park. Them up there, we'll just play 5-on-5, stuff like that. And then I got to learn how to play, and the better I got. So time I got out of grammar school, when I turned like 14, went to high school, I was playing, I was better at the park there. So I got good at it, and I started playing for the school. And I went to, the school that I was at was Kashmir Pulaski. That's where I was at. I was at Kashmir Pulaski Grammar School. That's where I graduated from. And then I used to play pickup ball at hosting Park District. That's what I played at, hosting. I think I'm saying that right. Hosting or hosting, one of the two. And I played there, and then from there, playing the Park District ball, and then I graduated from Kashmir Pulaski. Then I left and went to Clemente High School, Roberto Clemente High School, when I was 14. And then when I got there, I tried out for the basketball team when I started high school. And the coach, once again, thought I didn't make the team. Because I don't know why, because they don't never, I'm not the first choice of who they needed. So it was almost the same scenario as the softball. The coach was picking the guys, and once again, and then he finally got to me and like, "Oh, you over there." I'm like, he didn't know my name at the time. He was just like, "You with the blue on, come here." And he picked me, and he was like, "Yeah, my name is Gaston." He was like, "All right, come on, Mr. Gaston, Johnny Gaston." And yeah, you on the team. Come back tomorrow, And he didn't tell me I was on the team. We had to try out for the team. So he just told me to come back for tryouts again. So I was one of the let's say the finalists to be picked for the squad. You know, I was one of the guys out of like 30. You know, so and then after that, I played basketball for them, and then I got transferred from there. I left from Clemente High School and came closer to my house and started at Austin Austin High School. So I stayed at Austin High School. I played. The first year there, I didn't play. I didn't play to the next 2 years after that at Austin, and it was pretty good right there. I didn't. I got some time on the floor, but I didn't get a lot of time. But me being the transfer in, so I was pretty decent guy to play, but they already basically had their teams when I got there. So I played. I was on the bench player coming in off the bench. So I did pretty good as a high school player.
Okay, so like, how was it like being on the team?
Oh, how was it? It was great. I got to meet new guys' faces. The coach was a real nice guy, and I got to meet the coach. He was, talking with him, learning um, new stuff, how to play. He showed me, you know, more fundamental games and stuff like that. So it was real nice being on the team. You know, you felt kind of like important. You know, walking through the halls, the girls looking at you like, "Hey, Johnny," waving at me and stuff like that. So the teachers know who you were. You know, you the guy on the basketball team. Stuff like that. But we got some easy stuff. They didn't give us. You still had to work hard back then to still play on the team. Your grades had to still be a certain average to make it. If your grades fell down, then they would pull you off the team. So it was still hard, But it was real nice to being on the team, because you was. I felt privileged because everybody kind of started knowing me.
Okay. You don't gotta flex on me,
Right,
alright? Be famous.
Right.
You don't gotta flex on me. Chill. Relax. Now, right after basketball, what did you want to do after that?
After basketball life, I wanted to be, when I left, well, once I left school, I was working. I worked at McDonald's while I was doing school. I worked at McDonald's. Well, my first job was Burger King, okay? Burger King was my first job. We used to do, I forgot what they call it. I had history. It wasn't called history. It was called something else. I can't think of the name.
Like geography?
Yeah, sort of like geography. And we used to do that. We had a classroom with that. And so, but the teacher was also, he teach you geography, but he was teaching you
History at the same time.
history and life things. He also taught us how to prepare for a job. He taught us how to the workforce. So he had us doing stuff that learn us how to prepare ourselves for doing jobs. So he also had us doing taxes, how to fill out the tax papers and stuff like that. And so that's what we used to do. And so he was also the person that his name was Mr. Sullivan. He used to also give us, go out and get us jobs. He had connection with the fast food industry, and he would call them and say, "I got a kid that need a job. Can you put him on if you're hiring?" And they were like yes or no, and if they say yes, he would send one of us over there for the job. So my first job that I worked when I was in high school, my first job was when I worked was Burger King, but I did have summer jobs too. The summer jobs. When I was younger as a teenager, I worked for the summer program. That's what I did.
Oh,
Yes.
So, like during the jobs, like just growing up, like what was the job you like wanted to
The,
do?
the job that I really wanted to do when I was growing up was, let me see. Let me think about that. I'm trying to remember. I know I wasn't working at the fast food. I did fast food at first, as because that was a job to have. But as going on in life, I really wanted to be. I can't tell you right now. I don't sure. I wasn't really positive. I didn't really have a specific job at one point. Um, I really didn't. As a teenager, I really just going along with the flow. I didn't have a specific job that I wanted to do. I just wanted to work and make money. And then as I got older, as a teenager, as a 19, 20, 21, then I started driving. Then and my dad started teaching me about cars. Then I kind of wanted to be a mechanic.
Okay. So, like, are you a mechanic now? Or no?
No,
No. What are you doing now?
I'm a delivery service driver for Dr. Pepper 7 Up.
Oh, okay.
I'm a delivery, so I'm a truck driver.
How is it?
Well, it's a very physical job. It's really how you say tiresome job. It's very physical and tiresome job. It's a hard working job. It's a young guy job. I'm kind of a little bit too old for the job that I do right now, but I still try to maintain it and do it for the most part. But I'm I'm looking into hopefully trying to get into another position there and doing something a little bit less strenuous that I do now.
So, are you still working at this job today?
Yes, I'm still there at the moment. Right now I'm on injured. Okay, I hurt my arm, so I'm out for the moment. But hopefully returning soon. Maybe in about 6, 7 months, I should be back in action because I messed up my rotator cuff working, and I slipped off the truck and fell, so I kind of hurt myself. So now I'm out for a while, but hopefully returning soon. Not trying to rush back, but returning soon. Hopefully when I go back, I won't have to do this same job that I'm doing. Hopefully they have something a little bit lighter for me to do.
Okay. All right, then. I hope you get better.
Yes.
I really do.
Me too.
So, I got one more question for
Yes.
you. I'm going to let you go, all right?
No problem.
I might keep it all day, but there's one more. Okay, there's one question I'm gonna ask. The one funny thing that happened in your life today or in the past as a kid or growing up, what was it and why?
One funny thing that happened. Oh my God. Let me see.
That's
Like,
not what it is.
okay, funny. Like you mean funny like
Like it was.
it happened to me
Happened to you
or happened to somebody else
somebody else.
or anybody.
You or
Oh,
somebody else.
oh, okay. Funny. Hold on. It might be a minute. I gotta think about that.
Doesn't even matter.
Okay, I gotta think. The funniest thing that ever happened. Let's see. I'm trying to think something funny that ever happened. Oh my God. Let's see. Let's see, Sean.
You got all the time in the world, man.
I know. I'm trying to think of something. You can hold on. I can't think. There's a lot of things that happened that have been
You gotta be one moment. Just one.
funny.
Yeah, one.
Okay, I'll tell you this one. This is one moment that okay. I tell you it was funny to me. Okay, I was I was here at this house where I live at now, resigning, and my oldest son, Janelle, was hiding behind the door, and I came and he always scared me and stuff like that. So this one time he jumped out at me. I was walking through the hallways coming from a room and walking, and he jumped out at me and said, "Ah!" And he scared me like that. And I reached up and punched him in the nose.
That's what he did.
Yeah, so that's what. And he's like, "Daddy," I was like, "Dude, you scared me." And so that's always been one of the funniest things that I remember that stick with me all the time. You know, it's a lot more things I just can't think about, but that's one thing off the top of my head I can really kind of stick with me all the time because that's something that I remember instantly.
That's what you get.
Right.
So, scare people for that.
So I mean that's one thing. There's some more stuff like I just can't think of them right now, but it's a lot more things that I know that been funny. You know that I got stories to tell about other people, and by myself I don't have. I can't remember. It's more stories, but I just can't think about them at the moment right now. You know, so I could think of a couple of other things to other people, but nothing about myself. But that's the only thing I can think about myself.
Okay, man. Thanks for coming here, man.
Yes, anytime, son.
And we're gonna be seeing you guys later.
Okay.